with my biggest marketing tip. The thing that works for me to really, get the reach, get the engagement, and get what I call the backdoor messages as well. So a backdoor message is where somebody just comes out of the woodwork and messages you and wants to get on the phone with you. It's a dream, right? My clients experience these as well. And one of the keys is to show more of what your ideal client actually wants to be doing more of. They're already feeling the essence of what they want, right? They're already seeing this life that they want to call in, the things that they are, being called to as the new identity that's coming through them. And that's what stops the scroll on social media. You catch their attention by being their dream. By showing them what is possible, by reaching into those whispers within, and stop the scroll, because there is so much scrolling, and that's why our engagement is going down, our likes are going down, our comments are going down. You really have to fight for space, and that doesn't mean that people aren't seeing your content, even enjoying your content, but for people to take the time to actually engage with you, you really have to catch their attention. And so this is a really good hack, is to show them exactly something that they want to be doing more of, which means what? It means that you actually have to have the space in your life to be doing this stuff yourself. You actually have had to take the identity shift for you to choose based on the pleasure principle, right? I am going to go out and do this thing rather than sit in front of my laptop and hustle on. I am going to say yes to that retreat rather than look at the bank account and shit your pants. It requires you to really get to this place yourself. And the thing that I've seen doing this business for a really long time is there is a lot of people out there who are actually afraid of so many things, and that blocks them actually really creating the identity shift that will naturally create the scale that they want in their impact, their influence, and their income. A good analogy I had for this was the other day I was in the gym, and I'm not sure if you know about you've ever tried the torture bike, right? So it's a bike where you're using your arms and your legs. And I've hurt my hip, so I can't run at the moment. And my coach was like, oh, it's okay. Like, while they all just go out and do that little run, you can jump on the torture bike and knock off 80 calories. 80 calories on the torture bike is actually a hell of a lot. And so I got on there, and I knew that if I pedaled harder and I pedaled faster, I would actually reach this 80 calories quicker. So I might experience more pain, but I was going to experience the pain for a lesser amount of time. And that is essentially what you're doing in your business, right? So you maybe are looking at your next income goal, or your next followers target, whatever it is, and you're saying, right, that's the destination. That's like my 80 calories on the bike. I'm going to pedal harder, push as hard as I can to get to that place quicker. And the thing is that when you do that, it's not just you speeding up, life speeds up. And time disappears, and you end up immersed in your business 24/7 every day, and what I realized on this torture bike is, if you do the opposite, because vibrational change is going to catalyze more external change than any amount of physical action. And so let's swap that around. What if I got onto the bike and I said, okay, right, I know I'm going to be here for 7 minutes. And I'm going to choose how I experience this. I'm going to be in the moment of this. You're essentially creating space, right? So if you take that analogy over to your business, you take your mind off the goal, you take your mind off the destination, and you bring yourself back to being fully in the current experience. Feeling the sensations in your body, following them, instead of like pedaling for life and killing myself. It's like I can still invest in, right? But I'm not taking myself off the edge of a cliff to reach the destination. And maybe I'm going to get benefits that I don't even, know are coming. And this is where we create room for miracles. So when we slow down and we fully immerse ourselves in right here, right now, and we say, yeah, I'm here for a period of time, and my focus is actually going to be on how I experience it, life slows down, space opens up, space to invite miracles, and you're also like experiencing benefits that still kind of meet the essence of what you were reaching for in the first place. You've got to start thinking about what I think about will manifest. What I think about, I'll create, both the good and the bad. This goes against what we're taught about manifestation, because we're taught to be specific. We're taught to focus on the goal, visualize, affirm. But it's not that we're not doing that anymore. We're just taking the specificity off attachment to this coming in a specific form. If we come down to the essence of what we want, the feeling of what we want, we realize that actually we can create that feeling right now. That your ego is going to fight you on that like you don't even know. You will choose the hard work and the hustle over pulling back and doing some more of what I do with my clients, which is more on the somatic side, the neurosomatic side, getting into the body and creating that feeling, you know, utilizing the pleasure principle, the idea that the more joy you have, the more you can feel happiness and abundance now, the more miracles you bring of this essence into form. It's the internal work to stay here now, to be here now, to be in the experience, right? To not rush through, push through, you know, be guided by all our belief systems that tell us that hard work get us to the destination. It's not true. So what is that feeling? What is that feeling of, because it's not a lust, it's not a desire, it's a true I am. It's that place that we go to in breathwork where we feel at home in ourselves. And this is where those desires come from, right? It's like where we feel the whispers of what is truly aligned to us before we get up in our heads and tell ourselves all the reasons outside of us that isn't possible now, okay? You know, the last 12 months, I have been working on like switching this off completely. And in the last lunar cycle, I have gone through a really deep ego death that has been extremely challenging. But, you know, this is the direction I want to keep going. It's like not constantly trying to figure stuff out. How do I? I love the alternative of being on the creative wave of chaos and just allowing life to unfold for me, right? Because I'm creating space for that to happen. My mind is becoming redundant. I simply focus on I am, and life in its beauty continues to flow. Because when I was making, you know, 40, 50K months from hustle, it sucked. And having done that, I know that what is more important is actually how you arrive there. Because I arrived there and my experience of life hadn't changed. My experience of life hadn't expanded. I might as well have just, you know, it was like being broke at a higher paycheck. And you can ask yourself, do you want to feel broke at a higher paycheck, or do you want to expand your experience of life as your bank balance expands? And if the latter is what you want, there has to be an identity shift. You know, the focus has to be inward. This is not generally how we're taught to grow our businesses. Yes, we're taught mindset is important. Yes, we should go and put ourselves in cold plunges and have cold showers and do breath work every day. But that's still fucking doing, right? It's like, add this to your to-do list. Not teaching you to trust that just this is actually what is going to pull your abundance towards you. You are always manifesting. Whatever you have in front of you right now is what you have called in from your energy, right? And so if you have challenges right now, it is nothing to do with the algorithm. It is nothing to do with the economy. It is nothing to do with how people are spending money. It is nothing to do with the coaching industry. Take that finger and stop pointing it outward this way and start pointing it inwards this way and say, how am I creating this? And what is, you know, if I'm going to focus on, you know, being in this feeling now of this deep, beautiful, overflowing abundance, how do I align energetically to the person who already has what they want? Who do I choose to be? And when we really drop in there, we do really see and feel our blocks. I, again, have had this experience just recently, you know, manifesting exactly what I want and then seeing all the reasons why I haven't had it already because of the fear-based energy I was carrying. So if you think of your soul as a cube within a cube, and your soul is actually trying to express itself through the situations that are happening in your life. So you can then think of the inside of the cube as all these mirrors. The soul trying to express itself, you're going to have a mirror over here, and that's your relationship, mirroring back to you what the soul is carrying in blocks. You're going to have your business as another inside edge of the cube, and it's going to be mirroring back what you believe about yourself, what you believe about money, what you believe might happen if you go viral in a post. You're going to have all these mirrors, right? So that the soul can experience itself. And the plan of the universe, the goal of the universe is that you actually respond, right? You see that mirror and you say, oh, okay, I'm going to stop saying that, you know, the economy is going down. I'm going to ask myself, why can't I create money anyway? What's the true reason? What is this situation inviting me to learn about myself? Right, and if you take the lesson, it's like the walls of the cube push out. Okay, every time you react to that mirror, it's my boyfriend, it's my husband, it's him, it's this, it's the client, it's the economy, it's the whatever it is. Those walls of the cube come in and you're squashed. Okay, you're squashed. There's no space for miracles. There's no space for anything. And actually, the pull towards you is just pulling in more shit. More mirrors for you to deal with. But when you respond, when you look in that mirror and you say, actually, it's not him. It's not that. It's me. Because what I think, I will create. So I've created this, right? This is coming from my belief system, my blueprint. If you think of a circuit board on the inside of you, of all the belief systems that you have, all circuited in and just playing out this matrix that you live in. So you respond, you say, perhaps this is about how I feel about myself. Perhaps this is about my worthiness. Perhaps this is about how I fear rejection, humiliation, abandonment. And you change something, you heal something, you release something, you shift a belief system. The mirror pushes out in the space, and in that space, something new comes in. So this is so powerful, and this is really how my awakened wealth blueprint, the blueprint that I use with clients, based on that exact principle, right? That you have a blueprint within. It's programmed like a circuit board with every single belief system that has come from every single experience that you've had in this and every other past or dimensional life. And we get to change these things. And as we change the circuit board to be wired in alignment with the soul, we switch on this miracle frequency that just attracts, you know, magic to you easily. My book is called Awaken Your Miracle Frequency. It is easier than you think to have it all, because it is. And when you can shift perspective like this, you no longer have any challenges in your business. You have no challenges in your relationship, and you have no challenges in your life, right? You have the awareness that something within you, some block is creating them. And the blocks that I see over and over again with my clients are fear of rejection, fear of abandonment, fear of humiliation, issues with their self-worth, believing they're even good enough to be doing what they're doing, and so much shit related to money. So much stuff that comes from their own experiences, the experiences their parents have mirrored to them, stuff that they've brought through their ancestral lines. And ultimately, on a primal level, we fear death. Right? We fear death because the human vessel layered upon this soul that we all have, it really has this ego's need to stay alive. And, you know, we connect everything to this. So what our beautiful divine feminine can allow, and so the beautiful divine feminine within you would be the one that gets on the torture bike and says, I'm here for a period of time. I'm going to attack this beast in the most loving and nurturing way. right? There is nothing to fear. There is nothing to lose. There is, it is already fucking done that I have the essence of what I am here to manifest by being in this experience in the first place. And I am going to experience it through the pleasure principle, and I'm going to have a ball, right? I'm going to make this orgasmic. Okay? And that beautiful feminine allows death in all forms. So the beautiful divine feminine within you will allow the money to switch off, because she has full fucking trust that there is greater purpose in it, right? The divine feminine in you will allow the man to walk away because she knows that there is higher purpose in that. She knows that she is magnetic to the truth that matches her worthiness. She trusts. She allows death in all forms. She surrenders, she releases, she lets go. She allows in every single moment. And the reason why is because the divine feminine knows through unconditional love and trust that everything is the soul lesson. Everything is the mirror in the cube. Everything should be mirrored in and not, blamed out to say, I am here right now on purpose in exactly the perfect way, in the perfect moment, and take the soul lesson. A big soul lesson that we all have to learn, especially as business owners, is this masculine and feminine balance within us. Because what society has taught us is to hustle, is to push hard, to work hard to make money. Our entire society is like based on fear and control to maintain order. But, it's fucked us up in a massive way, because actually a healthy masculine expression is to just to use that dynamic energy to, yes, make things happen, but based on like a standard baseline of I am a safe container and nothing can touch me anyway, right? Do you see what I mean? It's like we've really got to get these energies in balance. And so, if anything in this video is resonating right now, and like I got you on the hook at the start of, you do want massive reach, you do want to expand beyond social media, you do want that next level in your business, you want the quantum jump to another timeline where you are experiencing life, expanding your experience of life as you expand your bank balance. And maybe you trust me and believe me when I say that is the hook, to show your audience more of what they truly desire, which means you have to create space for it in your life, and you have to find unconditional love, trust, and fearlessness within yourself to say yes to those opportunities and be in the right energy to magnetize them in the first place. Okay? So if that resonates, what I'm going to get you to do is write down 10 things, not right now, but after this, write down 10 things that you can surrender, release, let go, and allow right now. Maybe a client wants to leave and is fighting you on the contract. Let him or her go. Maybe you have a shitload of bills coming because July, I noticed the other day, I was like, whoa, oh my gosh, July, everything renews all at once. Let it go. Allow, surrender, release. Maybe, something is happening that does create fear in you, that does make you feel uncomfortable. How can you believe that it is happening for a higher good? Your soul contract is written. Your soul purpose is already done. Your only role, if you like, job is to allow divine plan, which has to include those soul lessons. The second thing you can do is, if we're going to believe everything is working for a higher purpose, and relax, let go, surrender, release, allow, be here now, we have to believe, live, right? Which is where affirmations can be really powerful. Identifying 2 or 3 affirmations, I've used a few of them going through this live video, that you can just say when the mind steps in and tries to, sabotage your heart, your soul, you acting from the pleasure principle of the most divinely ecstatic feeling of fuck yes. Don't go to the to-do list. Don't tell yourself you have to figure another thing out. Don't tell yourself you have to find that next magic bullet strategy to work the next thing. The magic bullet is you. So what are the affirmations you can use? Everything is happening for me in the perfect way, in the perfect moment. I absolutely deeply trust that X, Y, or Z is inevitable. It is done. Tell yourself the truth. When the mind creeps in, tell yourself the truth. The third thing, what is a healthy masculine expression? Because it's not the hustle, it's not the push, it's not the to-do, it's not the figuring out. Surrender, when you can drop into that divine feminine surrender, it's like a vacuum, right? It is going to suck. It is going to the people, the opportunities, it's wild. Like, I need to write another book because the stuff that has happened to me, for me in the last few months has been insane. When you surrender and allow, you release, you will suck in, draw in these things that are meant to be how you quantum jump. And then you use that masculine charge, that dynamic energy to say yes. You become the safe container that allows the experiences, the people, the opportunities, instead of look outside of yourself and then say, oh, okay, is it safe? Right? Do I have enough money in the bank? Do I think that there's going to be a return? Am I going to be okay? Will I humiliate myself? Will somebody reject me? Will that person... Fuck that shit and just say yes. You are the safe container. Your love is the alchemy. You have attracted that stuff in. If you are in balance, if you are doing the work to allow, release, surrender, let go, right? I've just been filling the next volume of my anthology book. So this is my first anthology, Leading with Light. It was a bestseller within like 12 hours. It has the most incredible thought leader, and that's what it is. It's a book of prominent thought leaders leading with their light and showing how you can, look at things differently, do things differently, really step into your power. And we've been asking for authors for the second volume. And I have seen so much fucking fear, right? It's ironic because my chapter is about fear. It is about how society is created upon fear to create that order and keep us all in check, right? And if that book came to you, if that experience came to you, if that opportunity came to you, you drew that in. But then you say no, because you realize you've got to pay to be in the book. And then you're suddenly fearing, oh my God, what will it actually mean to put my story out there? Am I good enough? Can I do this? I mean, it's ridiculous. So as we come into a new moon, there is something really beautiful that you can do. It's to actually own some of this stuff that I'm saying, which might feel uncomfortable, right? But maybe I'm inviting a soul lesson for you. Maybe you already know what the soul lesson is. Maybe you know where your fear-based energy lies. And to say, for this lunar cycle that is coming up, especially with the cosmic energy that we're in, the astrology that we're in, which is just so powerfully transformative, I am going to say yes to that soul lesson. This is where I'm going to place my focus. Because what will happen when you set intention, and this is the thing about the torture bike as well. It's I don't want to set my intention on hitting 80 calories. What the fuck does that even mean? I get on that torture bike because my intention is to be healthy, to feel strong, to overcome my limits. It's and what does that feel like in essence? The form might be 80 calories. you know? And again, like this amount of money that you want, the amount of followers that you want, what does that feel like in essence? Does it feel like you're successful? Does it feel like you're acknowledged as a thought leader? Does it feel like you're safe? Feel into the essence of what you want, because what you're going to discover is it's already there. And these challenges that are coming up in your life, your business, they are the soul lessons to learn that you have it already. To let go of the attachments that you have, to let go of the death grip on how things need to be and how things need to roll out and how you have to figure everything out because you're limiting your experience of life. The soul wants to live. The soul wants to fly. The soul wants to, the soul is magical. So what's going to happen is when you set that intention, it's going to suck in the experiences that are going to teach you the soul lessons. And, in my chapter in A Leading with Light, I talk about the shaman, how traditionally shamans went through 24 rites of passage, and back in the day, or whatever tribe this shaman might come from, looked like being buried alive or wrestling a bear, but the essence of it was to find their lion's heart, to come to their own place of fearlessness, because when we are in fear, we are in the wrong part of our brain, and all of the shaman's magic, all of the shaman's ability lies in a completely different part of their brain. It is when their beta consciousness switches off. It is when they have no fear and they can relax and they can come into the dreamy state and they can come into that altered state of consciousness. But the thing is, those gifts, we all have them. So Leading with Light is such a beautiful chapter because it sort of helps you to realize the power of those rites of passage and how you can take them by letting go as a priority of your resistance to the challenges that come up and just accept them as beautiful, as helping you, not hindering you. But the interesting thing is I actually got death threats for writing that chapter because it challenged somebody. It challenged their belief systems. And this is the thing, like, I guess I probably manifested that because when I was going through the process of publishing, I feared like what might happen if somebody didn't agree with what I wrote. So we're always bringing these challenges in so that we can face them. Somebody who might watch this, who might resonate with me, you're a creative rebel, right? It's like you've never fit in the box. You were born to lead, not follow. You can't, get a job and be employed if you tried. You have this beautiful idea to help people, to have a spiritual business. You're experiencing whatever block. You say that you want the reach, you say that you want the publicity, you say that you want the clients, you say that you want the money, but inside there's something within that's blocking that. And so in my membership this coming lunar cycle, to support you, our theme is actually going to be unleashing this creative rebel, right? What does it take for you to truly go beyond the norms, to truly step in to this greater version of yourself, to release these blocks? And you can get into that for free. So if you go and download my whole book, which is Awaken Your Miracle Frequency, it's easier than you think to have it all. It's up there in my bio link. It's there in my highlights as well. You can get into the Quantum Leap portal as a trial absolutely free. And this portal is amazing because it is full of exactly the things that are helping my clients overcome what is really stopping them from making more money, having more reach, scaling their social media, scaling their authority, stepping into who they truly are at a soul level, and living a life that matches that feeling, right? Yeah, go grab that and get a free trial in the Quantum Leap portal, where we're going to be going deep into this theme of creative rebellion and really stepping you into the highest timeline for yourself. Or comment below light if you'd like to read my free chapter, which was in the Leading with Light book, all around that fear, where it comes from, how to overcome it, and how every single experience that you have in your life is just like the shaman's rite of passage. And yes, we should invite it in, and yes, it's happening on purpose, and yes,